All right, guys, listen. The only thing that matters if you subscribe right now or comment or whatever you're doing right now, go to the page. What's the name? Oh, go to the page right now. What's the name? I was talking to my friend right there, the sexy Chauncey the Bear. You know what time it is. There's two of us, and there's two of them, right? Those wrestling girls, there's two of them. Make sure to subscribe, like, watch, enjoy.
Queen P.R, Krista B, those wrestling girls, TWG, Black Excellence, making it effortless. Podcast bringing up women and wrestling. Let's go.
Hey y'all, what's up? We're back finally. We know you missed us. We missed you guys too. So for those of you who may have forgotten us, I am Krista B.
And I'm Queen P.R.
And we are those wrestling girls. And we have so much to cover with you guys. It's been a struggle trying to come back because we really had to find what we were looking for, what we wanted to talk about. I felt like things was just kind of running dry with us, right, P?
Yeah, because I wasn't inspired by anything in wrestling, like at the time. Like that got us like excited to where like we couldn't wait to talk about it. And I think, as always, Wrestlemania just rejuvenated everything. It's like a rebirth.
It's definitely a rebirth. So yes, we were definitely at Wrestlemania weekend. I got there Wednesday, you got there Thursday, and then we were just like on the go. I felt you should have came Wednesday because Wednesday was more of like the chill, relaxed day before like we started everything.
The madness.
Before the madness started, absolutely.
Yes.
But before we get into it, like, how are you feeling? Like, you hear my voice.
So mine's came back, thankfully.
Yeah, mine's is kind of, still coming and going. It's out there. Yeah. But how are you feeling overall? Like,
I feel so good. I so needed that trip. Like, going to Dallas was exactly what I needed to, like we said, to get inspired again. But just like on a more personal level, like I kind of got like my mojo back. I got my confidence back. It's been a weird few months, but I think Dallas was exactly what we needed. And I feel motivated, inspired again. And I can't wait to just do so many things. We met so many different people.
Yeah.
And I think this is definitely going to be kickoff to like an amazing year, kind of.
I wouldn't even be surprised if WWE reaches out to us by Survivor Series going on to Mania, want us to do some things with them, because we met so many people. And it's like these people knew who we were.
Yeah,
like the amount of people who was just like, oh my gosh, you're those wrestling girls. The amount of people who just wanted to stop and show us love.
Yeah,
I feel our hearts are so full. Like the amount of people who was calling us out from across the stadium, like, oh my gosh, it's those wrestling girls. The amount of people we took pictures with. It was so many people, and we can't name the new friends that we made as well. Like, we can't name you all, but we just want to say thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Literally, I came home. We came home on Monday. We were watching Raw, and I'm just like, yo, they kept playing recaps of Mania, and I'm just like, we was just there, like less than 24 hours ago.
Oh my God.
Like, it was not. It didn't seem real.
It still doesn't seem real. It's something seemed really magical about the weekend, especially like when I look back on it, because to keep it 100. So we're gonna recap our more of the weekend social activities on Thursday tomorrow, and we'll have it playback on YouTube if you don't watch it live. But in general, about WrestleMania was that it felt surreal, like being in Dallas with everyone. Like it just felt like this. Like, remember, I'm gonna keep it real. I was not looking forward to it, like the days coming up to it, because I was just like financially, like life got in the way. And I'm sure everyone has been in that situation where you anticipate something for so long and then everything that can go wrong goes wrong. But I definitely wanted to have a good time. And so I wasn't really going to do much. My plan was Wrestlemania, and then I was just going to see how it went. And then because of you, Krista B, who always comes through as always, and just the universe and just God came together, I ended up doing everything. I did Wrestlemania, of course, SmackDown Hall of Fame, both Wrestlemania nights, my first time in a press box. Like, it was just like so many new things, so many new experiences that I would have never even dreamed of. Like, when I was anticipating this trip, I didn't think I would do any of the things that I did.
Well, I knew that I had to get you at least for night one because everybody knew it was announced Stone Cold Steve Austin was coming back. And I'm like, it made more sense. It was the right thing to do to bring Stone Cold back, for him to be in Texas. And I don't think we realized there were a lot of native Texans that we saw. We saw Undertaker, who's from Texas, Stone Cold, of course, Shawn Michaels, JBL, all of these legends are from Texas, but it was only right to hear that glass break. And we didn't hear it break once. We heard it break twice.
Oh my God.
The weekend, Patricia almost took my knees off the second night. I literally almost walked out the stadium with no kneecaps.
Oh my God, because I didn't expect that. Oh my God, the first night, it's okay, the anticipation got me. I was still tears. I was still oh my God, this is the most amazing thing ever. And then, but the second night, you didn't expect it. So when I heard it, I was like, oh my God.
I wish I would have recorded that. But nobody knew. Austin was going to come back out.
Can I bring up my friend Gloria real quick? My new friend Gloria. So the first night, Stone Cold Steve Austin showed up. We were on the floor, thankfully. So I was feet away from the entranceway, and I'm just screaming my ass off, crying, happy tears. And I know I probably look crazy to people. And this girl named Gloria, shout out to her, I'm gonna send her this. She had a Stone Cold shirt on, and she just tapped me on the shoulder, and she was like, I totally understand how you feel. And she was crying too, and we were just oh my God, this is amazing. And the second night when he came out, when all I could think of was okay, where's Gloria? Because
she found you.
Had that moment, and it was amazing. Then she ended up sitting closer with us. That was an amazing night. I got to see Vince McMahon get stunnered. Shout out to the editing WWE did, because they definitely did a good job of making it look like that was a really good moment, because that had to be one of the worst stunners I've ever seen.
I think it's because Vince probably didn't expect it, or he didn't expect how hard Stone Cold would kick him.
He's old as fuck.
Right, he's old, but the fact that we got to see Vince McMahon in a match,
the
fact that we got to see Stone Cold in a match. I've already seen Stone Cold stun Vince at Raw 25. I have that whole thing on video. It's one of the most funniest videos to me, when he was trying to prevent himself from being stunned. So he's telling Stone Cold, he's in the AARP club, and he's a senior citizen now, and he's take Shane, because Shane could take it. It was literally one of the most funniest things ever. And I sent some of the first night to my brother, because he's a huge Stone Cold fan. I feel like if I would have brought my brother with me, he probably would have been like me and passed out. And I was like, hey, you can't be embarrassing me here. What's going on? But my brother loved the videos that I sent to him.
That's good. And we got such a good view. We got so many good pictures too.
So many good pictures.
It was it's almost to the point where the memories is playing back in my head, but it's I can't even get it out, because there were so many epic moments that we were able to experience. We'll get to the Black Girl Magic, but overall, this was definitely a rejuvenating weekend. We linked up with our friends. I can't wait to recap it.
And some of the best tacos ever.
Oh, yes.
I feel disappointed.
What was the name of it again?
Tejas Taco Factory.
Okay. So that was one of the questions that they asked us for the show, what they want to know about WrestleMania. It was the best taco. So
Tejas Taco Factory. I came home and I tried to make tacos, and it just didn't live up to the expectation of Tejas. So somebody needs to Uber Eats me that from Texas to New York, and that's that. Because, it's definitely something that it's needed in my life, because it was like I feel like some of the best food that I've eaten in a long time. From the chicken at Brick and Bones to the tacos at Tejas to really, I feel like that's all that we were eating. I promise you. I don't remember eating anything else. Can't hear you.
I said we had tacos and chicken.
That's it. Tacos and chicken. That is it. But we have to jump into this Black Girl Magic because there was so much of it, and it literally inspired my story that came out today. The Black Girl Magic, how WrestleMania 38 became the epic center of Black Girl Magic.
Yes.
And there was a lot of history made during these 2 nights of WrestleMania. We got to, although this is not, I don't know if this is history making, but we got to see another Black girl be inducted in Hall of Fame, which is Queen Sharmell during her run with her husband Booker T, and her husband inducted her. So that's a Black power couple right there.
Yeah, God, if there ever was one, that's definitely it.
That's like the first Black power couple that I can remember, as far as I can remember.
I mean, how did you feel when Sharmell was first announced to be into the Hall of Fame?
To be honest, I didn't feel. First, I was like, okay, cool, we got a Black woman.
Right.
But I'm going to be completely honest. Around that time where, she was on WWE, I wasn't watching it anymore.
Yeah.
I was like freshman year of high school, 2005-ish or whatever. So
yeah,
I wasn't watching it anymore. So I really don't know anything about her run. I didn't know, So maybe I'll go back and rewatch and see like the impact that she has left on the women's division within WWE, but I can't sit here and be like, oh, she's well deserving, because I don't even know if she ever wrestled or not. I don't know if she was just like a valet who became like that mainstay valet who, called the shots and was that boss. Like, I don't know. But from the vignettes and stuff that I saw.
Go back and watch it, because her and Booker T with the King Booker thing was hilarious. I wasn't watching at the time either, but I just researching and things like that, and it's hilarious. Like, they were hilarious. Like, they had this weird Booker T had this weird accent. I can't even say it without laughing.
The King Booker.
King Booker.
Yeah, I've seen some stuff like that.
And I loved how she, like you said, like we had valets, like, of course, by the time Sharmell came along, but like we had a strong Black couple represented. Like, we were used to Stephanie McMahon, we were used to Triple H, that whole thing. But to see, Booker T and Sharmell doing it, and then she was like, they were royalty. So there was always something that was like really cool about that to me. And then she started out as a Nitro girl, so she was very much like a part of like wrestling. And I hope that this is like the start of them like noticing more of the unsung heroes like Queen Sharmell, who was a part of like really memorable storylines. And then what she does like with wrestlers and like with their school in Texas. So yeah, I was very excited to see her get inducted.
Me too. It was really, and her speech. Oh my gosh.
All the speeches I thought were really cute.
They were cute, but I feel like her speech, it was more of a dedication or a poem. Like, it just flows so effortlessly. It was just like, oh my, like the way that she praised, her husband, the way that she praised her kids, the way that she praised her parents, her mother. Like, it was just so effortlessly, like it flowed. Like, it was like if she studied Maya Angelou's techniques of speaking and reciting poetry. It was just, oh my God, I loved it.
Me too.
I loved it. I know we're talking about the women, but I have to say, I can honestly say that I went to an Undertaker TED Talk. I've been hanging out all weekend.
Yes.
We went to an Undertaker TED Talk. I think I'm okay. I don't think I need to go to another one. But Undertaker, he wasn't Undertaker that night. He was Mark Calloway. And Mark Calloway showed his emotional side, showed everything that showed us things that us as fans would have thought we would have never seen before. So I was happy to be a part of that. I was happy to see Vince McMahon. I love how everybody was just like singing Vince McMahon's song. Like, that song will forever. I have to download that song on iTunes. I promise you I do. No sound, babe.
It's a banger.
It is.
Like every time I hear it, and then what's cool about Mania is that you hear the entrance songs a little longer than normal, so then you realize like how fire some of these songs are. You're like, oh shit, this song is, I love this song.
You know what this I don't know like if you felt it or if you noticed it, but it's like a lot of the people that we grew up watching retiring, coming back for one last time. Like Triple H left his boots in the ring.
Oh, that was like
his
crazy.
last Mania was Mania 35, which I was there to witness with Batista. Like, I'm so glad I was able to witness that, like, to see him fight. Like, it's not like I haven't seen Triple H fight before, but to be a part of that last, it's just like, you can't take it for granted now.
Like, it just shows, like, how old we're getting.
Right. I mean, and like, then, you know, the aches and pains that we feeling now, too.
Right. And I feel like we're getting old. They're retiring. We watch them grow up. They're retiring. Just like back when we were younger and people used to come back and I say like, who's this old man? Blah, 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 blah. And now like we're the ones dealing with like, because it was an era like Triple H, Undertaker, like all people like, you know, we grew up with. But WrestleMania for me was always like that big hurrah. So I'm glad that like this weekend it included Undertaker's TED Talk, Sharmell getting inducted. I also love seeing all the beautiful couples at Hall of Fame. They all look so nice and they're having a good time. I love Sharmell's dress also for Hall of Fame. I thought it was beautiful.
That's the only thing I didn't like. The hairstyle she had in the dress. I just felt like it was Hall of Fame. And if you're going to come out queen-like, that wasn't it for me. That wasn't it.
That's cool.
I thought she would have came up with like a crown on her head. Like just
that would have been dope. You know, I love me some crowns.
She's going in as Queen Sharmell, you know? Like so the outfit, I felt like it could have been maybe if it was like another color without all them flowers on it. I don't know. I'm not knocking her, but I just would have went a different way with it. That's all. That's just me. But you know, she did what she had to do. She came and delivered that speech as she was supposed to deliver that speech. And I'm just like, I would love to be able to talk about my husband like this one day. And I want my husband to talk about me like this too.
Oh my God. They're like amazing. I love that. Black love. I love Black love.
Can we talk about real quick how stunning Augustus Bianca looked?
She looked dress absolutely amazing.
That dress, like, if she made that, I need one in my size.
Right. Oh my God.
If she made that, I need one in my size.
I would be like shocked if she made that.
We need to find out if she made that dress because
she did.
That dress was absolutely stunning.
She looked great. I loved her and Montez. They really stepped out. So let's go on to other history that I think was really cool too that I didn't even realize. So I love female referees. I think it's like the coolest thing ever. And there's been more female referees. But we have Aja Smith, who made history at WrestleMania as the first Black woman to referee. To officiate a match at WrestleMania.
At her very first WrestleMania too. And it was her very first one.
Shout out to you, girl. Congratulations. Yes. Like, we are so proud of you. Maybe you can come on the show and talk about the experience with us. Listeners, viewers, I know what to do. Let's make this happen. Let's tag her because I would love to hear about that experience. Do you remember what match she refereed?
She refereed the Mysterios versus Logan Paul and Miz match.
Oh wow, fun!
And that was
I enjoyed that match so much.
I'm lying. There's one match that disappointed me, but now I understand why. And the New Day versus Sheamus and Butch,
I don't even
or whoever. And that's because
Ridge Holland, the one that broke Big E's freaking neck.
Yeah, Kofi Kingston also was injured in that match. That's why I kind of ended the way that it ended.
Could have just.
They already cut it for the first night. They could have just left it. I know he wanted to see it, but
I didn't care to see it because I had no emotional investment in that match at all. Anyway, I was just like, okay, whatever.
Was that because Big E wasn't coming?
No, that match particularly just was like, I don't know. Just
I mean, I get the storyline behind it.
If it didn't end up on the show, I was gonna be like, oh man, I'm devastated.
I get the storyline behind it because, you know, you injured my friend, now I gotta come for you, but then the friend gets injured, another friend gets injured too. Now it's just Xavier Woods who just came back from injury. It's not the math isn't mathing at this point.
Yeah, that could have stayed cut. I hope Kofi's okay. I can't wait for Big E to get back. But I would think that was probably, like you said, one of the only match I think that disappointed me, or I could have like lived without, because I think both nights really like.
This has to be by far the best WrestleMania
in a long time. But it's funny, shout out to Kim, because she always says the pay-per-views that look like that look like there was no thought put into it, matches thrown together, it's going to be lackluster, the ones that be like the sleeper ones. And I think this was one of those, because I was like, we looked at the cards, we were like, meh. But the shows definitely did not disappoint.
They did not disappoint at all. Speaking of best matches, so we have to jump into it. We have to jump into Becky and Bianca's match. And so before we really jump into this match, I actually had a chance of interviewing Becky Lynch when she was Raw Women's Champion. And she had some stuff to say about Bianca in this match. So y'all can listen to it right here, and we'll be back.
Let's hear it.
Oh, hello there. It is big time. Bex, the Raw Women's Champion, the eternal champ, held this title for 3 years. 3 years, nobody's been able to beat me. And at WrestleMania, Bianca is just going to be another loser on my list.
Now, with that being said, Becky talked all this shit. She talked all this trash. I mean, as she should, she's champion. But as she should, she's champion. You understand? Like, she's supposed to talk this shit. She's supposed to be confident. She's supposed to go in and thinking that she's going to come out the same way she went in. However, our good sis, Miss EST at WWE, was just like, girl,
wasn't gonna let that happen.
She wasn't gonna let that happen, and she didn't let that happen. But let's talk about these entrances.
Okay, yeah, because I have chills just thinking about it.
So Becky's entrance was a vignette or a copy of WWE's entrance of the Then Now Forever. I don't think anybody really peeped.
I did, and it was dope.
It was super dope. And then she came in rolling in a Cadillac.
Yeah,
a white Cadillac.
I love the boots.
The boots and the frill tutu type thing and the jacket.
Made a statement. I loved everything about that.
It was just her eye makeup for Pete.
That was the only thing. Like, I love the mullet. I love the bright orange hair. Again, it reminds us of, our last kicker, Becky, that we love. But the makeup, it was a no for me, sis. But you looked absolutely gorgeous. And Krista B was able to meet Becky and just said how absolutely stunning she is in person. But I've heard that before. Like, she's just super nice.
Super nice. And she, during our interview, which I may or may not drop, we'll see. But during our interview, she was just talking about how she came back and she beat Bianca in 26 seconds. And she was just like, oh, so you do not like the way that I just came back and took the title from her in 26 seconds? I was like, I like that you came back. I'm super real all the time.
It's still too soon, Becky.
But I was like, I would have loved it if you guys had a full-on match in SummerSlam. Even if you still would have won, y'all would have given it y'all all in that ring.
Yeah.
Not
like
in 26
they did
seconds.
At WrestleMania, which was dope.
They did. And Bianca came out with a marching band.
Okay, so I just want to acknowledge that was paying homage to HBCUs and Black culture. A lot of people were a little confused, like marching band, but it wasn't just a marching band. I need people to understand how, and she came out with the sequin, oh God.
She had the captain. She had the conductor's type.
Yes.
Thing on, and then her outfit, her gear. Oh my gosh! Like
that's my favorite gear besides the Black History one. Mm-hmm. That's my favorite Bianca gear. Like, oh my God, it was stunning. Everything.
And I just love how she stays true to herself and to her culture and to being Black. Because there's no other like. I have this hoodie. It says it's a privilege to be Black, and
it's the best thing that
really
ever happened to me.
Right, it really is.
Black
no shade to anybody else. No shade to anybody else. We're not denouncing your culture. We're not denouncing your heritage. We love all you guys, but it really is a privilege to be Black, especially a Black woman. Okay.
Exactly.
Period. And then, sis came up with the red. You see the red in here. Okay. I'm so mad that we didn't get to see her this weekend.
I know.
Schedules have been so busy, but we're so proud of her. Although she did have us on the edge of our seats. That match had us on the edge of our seats.
I couldn't, because that was one of the best WrestleMania matches I've ever seen. Because everything about it, like how the storytelling, because Bianca and Becky had you at the edge of your seat from moment one of the match with those false finishes, and me and Krista's literally like,
I think like, the part that really got me, the part that really got me was when she was almost counted out.
Yo!
And when she was on 9, because Becky threw her into the steel steps.
Some dumb shit like that. I was like, they would do some dumb shit like that. Half I get counted
Bianca
out.
was like, and then
it got thunderous when Bianca was able to get back into the ring. I can't tell you how loud that stadium got. Like, I couldn't sit down after that because I was like, what is gonna happen?
It was super, super crazy. And then Bianca ended up getting injured, which was by complete accident, because you could tell Becky fell wrong on her face.
Yeah,
like Becky's foot like kicked her and Bianca in the eye.
Yeah, and I'm just like, yo, her eye swollen.
Like, is her eye swollen or is her lash off? It was looking, and then you saw like it was swollen.
I kind of made her victory like even more badass to me. Of course, like we were like worried the whole match because that's sis. We was like, okay, she concussed, but the finish and the match ended up being one of my most favorite. I haven't rewatched it yet. I'm thinking about doing a watch along in a couple weeks, but it was one of the most exhilarating matches, and it was the right finish. Like for once, like I was not like I was like I loved everything about this match.
I think she hit it with like 2 KODs. It was 2 or 3.
I don't remember if it was 2 or 3, but I know the last one was my favorite one. Like you could tell she was just like
she was
and Becky being the GOAT that she is made that match what it was, and Bianca had that WrestleMania moment, and I am so thankful that we were there to see it.
Facts. And shout out to her parents. Like her parents literally had on these jackets that said father of the EST, mother of the EST, her brother, her sister, her nieces and nephews, their kids. Everybody was there. They rolled out. So the next day Bianca had posted a picture of her eye, and it was just like swollen shut. I was like, oh my gosh. But knowing her, it was all worth it because she came out on top.
Absolutely.
She became our Raw Women's Champion, really as she said she was going to be.
She made more history. The second Black woman to win a singles, I guess, with Naomi.
But the first to win back-to-back.
Yep. And now she can add Raw Women's Championship to her resume.
Right. Now all we need from her is tag team and NXT.
Yep.
And if Charlotte could go back to NXT and become champion, and Dolph Ziggler, Bianca can too.
Oh God, and that would make NXT the best thing that you would ever watch.
And it would definitely make her a Grand Slam.
And which she should have been. But you know what? I'm not gonna.
We're gonna leave the past in the past.
All my Black queens in WWE are champion right now. Do you want to move on to the next match, or did you? I don't know, because more history was even being made.
I mean, there was so much more history being made. Can we just talk about Sasha and Naomi, our other sis?
Yes, of course.
Like, we didn't meet Sasha yet, but we know what's in the works. The universe is about to align itself. We're about to meet Sasha, and we all about to be. Y'all about to see all of us. Those wrestling girls with Naomi, Sasha, and Bianca Belair. I said it here first. Watch as the universe align itself with it. We're manifesting this. Okay, yes, we are manifesting
absolutely. This. I want a photo of that, period. So, you want to start with entrances? You want to start with looks? Because they brought both.
Well, Sasha Naomi told me. It all. Naomi told me. What's crazy? When I asked her, I was like, what is the outfit going to be? At the time when I spoke to her on that Friday, she's like, it wasn't even ready yet. The outfits were not ready yet. And then she came on. She goes, of course we're going to glow. Oh, I know that. She came out and they glowed. They glued. They lit up. And I know I said that wrong. Fight me. They literally lit up. And I kind of wanted a glow stick, but I didn't have no way to put it in my suitcase. My suitcase was already big. I ain't had no way to put it. However, they came out. Naomi came out first. Everybody had the glow sticks. Big bam boom. Sasha music hits. My sis comes out in a bright green ass Lamborghini.
Love that.
Lamborghini.
Yes.
And they drove the. It was like a night full of vehicles.
It was.
They came in the Escalade.
She did.
A Cadillac. Sasha came on the Lambo. Stone Cold Steve Austin was on his 4-wheeler.
He was living his best life.
He was living his best life. It was a night full of vehicles. Yeah. And then everybody knows that Sasha has had a losing streak.
She's never won at WrestleMania.
She's never won at WrestleMania.
Part of some of the biggest matches.
Right.
And she's never won.
At all.
She main evented, but she never won.
She's never won at Mania, and until now.
Oh my God, the streak was broken. So y'all know I will always admit it. I have become a Sasha Banks mark. I don't give a fuck. So anytime she's involved in anything, it's gonna be like the best thing ever. So the fact that like even though it was like the tag team titles have been a mess, like tagging her with Naomi, like was the best thing that could happen.
It was the best.
They had the history. They're both baby faces right now. Naomi's we say it all the time, she's had momentum since late 2019 that WWE never capitalized off until recently. So putting them together was dope. Putting them in this match against Carmella, Zelina were champions at the time. I think Natty and Shayna Baszler,
and Rhea
Liv
and
Morgan, and
Rhea
them two.
Ripley.
So the crowd was very much behind them as well, and I wouldn't have been surprised if they won. But I am so 100% glad that Sasha and Naomi won, and the emotion on Sasha Banks' face when she won, like I just almost cried. And I think that's one thing I always love about Sasha is just like the passion that she has for what she does and how much everything means to her, because it means just as much to us to watch her do it. So it was nice to be there in person. To
witness that.
Congratulations. And now Sasha's a 3-time tag team champion.
Yep. 2 times with Bailey, 1 time with Naomi.
Love it. Did you like the match? How did you think about the match?
I did. I liked the match. I feel like, you know how I feel on Natty and Shayna, so we're not even going to touch that. But I mean, I feel like it was good for them to fill, that spot to fill or whatever.
Yeah.
But the match was good. You got to see the athleticism because Naomi is one of the most athletic women in the WWE.
Yep.
Right next to Charlotte, Sasha, and Bianca. Yeah. One of the most athletic. So I was glad to see it happen. I was glad that she was able to showcase her talents. Although what I didn't like is that it was like Sasha and Naomi was kind of out of the ring a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm just like, all right. I kept saying, like, why did it take us so long to get back in the ring? Like, why did it take us so long? But everything happens for a reason, and now we're here.
Yep. I'm so proud of them. I'm so happy for them. Their outfits was bomb. And I think that's another thing I'm even more excited about is how they're going to coordinate their outfits. Because, they both be coming with the looks.
They do.
So I'm really
Sasha's hair was blue and green.
Oh, gorgeous.
Naomi had the blue bobos with the green tips on her hair. So it was absolutely dope. Absolutely dope. Yeah. I loved it a lot. So we have to also talk about the wrestling family that we saw.
Wait, I'm sorry. Before we move on, I want to talk about the photos of Becky, Sasha, and Naomi with their championships.
Yes.
Because once everyone won, like once Sasha and Naomi won, everybody was like, okay, Bianca, because Bianca posted something sentimental about it. Everybody was in the comments like, post them pics. We need the pics with all the Black queens as
Bianca
champions.
broke the internet, y'all.
And she definitely broke the internet. And I cannot even look at those pictures without tearing up because that's exactly what we've always wanted. It's like Black representation. The women's division is literally being ruled by Black queens.
I agree. If somebody can make us a poster of those two, that'd be great. Like the poster, like how P got behind her with Big E and Kofi Kingston kneeling in the ring. We need 2 posters of those 3 women holding championships.
Yeah.
Like I need it. So if anybody can make us that'd be great. Thank you in advance.
So great. But yeah.
So we saw that, right? And that just wasn't enough Black Girl Magic for us at all. Like, although those 2 kind of ended the Black Girl Magic weekend.
Perfect main event.
We had to begin it at Thursday's Wrestlemania.
Yes.
Because that's when we saw the family. Like, we saw everybody.
It was a family reunion.
It was a family reunion. We saw Lovely, which we love so much. Tasha Steelz, Big Swole. We met Jade Cargill.
Wait, we gotta say Impact Knockouts champion Tasha Steelz.
Yes, Impact Knockouts champion Tasha Steelz.
And she was celebrating a birthday. Happy birthday, girl.
Happy birthday, happy belated. We love you. We met AEW Women's Champion Jade Cargill.
Yo! That was
first of all, let me tell y'all the story about how this happened, right? So Miss Queen P.R. over here.
Oh my gosh.
She lost. She didn't lose. She misplaced her item. Her jacket and her purse. They were in two different sections of the entire house.
Don't ask me why, how.
So as I am helping her look for her stuff, she's just all happy and jolly. Like, you know, you have that feeling that nothing bad has happened because you're around family, so it's going to get found. That was basically it. Yep, but towards the end of the night, we find her jacket, and I'm just like, where is this girl at? Now we have to go find her bag because we gotta go. Like, we want to get some food before stuff closes. So next thing I know, I see her. Literally, as soon as she said my name, I popped it right beside her. Like, literally popped it right beside her. When she was talking to Jade. So she was like, oh my God, we love you. You know, keep representing, you know, because she's telling the truth. We do love her. Can we take a picture? So I had to like take off my bitch, are you serious face to put on my smile. Not saying I didn't want to take a picture with Jade. It's just like, girl, I'm over here helping you look for your stuff. Like, how do you misplace your stuff?
I wish I could tell y'all what happened that night. Like, that was one of those nights where I can't even, like, if it wasn't for photos and like people telling me like things that happened that night, I probably would not even like, I know I had a good ass time.
Clearly.
That's all I know.
She didn't have to get carried out, y'all.
We did not have to get carried out, but we did meet Jade Cargill. I mean, talk about Black Girl Magic. So we are titling this Black Girl Magic at WrestleMania. But it's more than that. It's Black Girl Magic that was just all over Dallas for WrestleMania weekend.
Black Girl Magic weekend.
Cargill was definitely a part of that.
And I also have to shout out Tavia.
Shout out to Tavia, the hardest working woman.
Right. If you know Tavia, y'all know what she does. Y'all know what she works for. Those who don't know, I'm sorry to tell y'all. I'm not going to spell her business out there like that. But hardest working woman ever. Like, literally give her her flowers because they are long overdue.
And it was so good to see her doing her thing.
Yes, inspiring too.
Every time we seen her, she showed love. She made sure he was good. So shout out to you. Shout out to her mother and her daughter.
Her mom and her daughter as well.
Who were also having the time of their life with us on the floor at Mania. So that was beautiful.
And Janelle from Jobber-Tears.
Yeah.
All of the Pretty Hills gang, because they were all there.
Yeah, and I gotta shout out. Yo, it was great seeing them. And shout out to Danny, my baby, I love her. So she was able to hook me up with Mania Club, and they definitely helped my stay in Dallas be amazing. So I want to definitely thank Pretty Hills, who are a group of Black girls, and they're throwing an event for Juneteenth weekend. So
that those wrestling girls are part of. Yeah.
So we'll definitely have more information about that. But and that's gonna be another family reunion.
You know, also might be another family reunion. My event that got pushed back to May 28th. Shout out to Remy. We was in a room yesterday and he shouted me out. He told everybody about my event. So if you guys have not gotten your tickets yet, we'll put the ticket link in the description of this bio. It's called Take Up Your Space, Sis Brunch and Panel. Although it says Take Up Your Space, Sis, guys are definitely welcome to come to support Black women and the respective spaces that they are in. Just come out, vibe with us, listen to these amazing women speak. I will be hosting the panel. So we just gonna vibe out, come out, and just listen to all these amazing women speak, okay?
I really cannot wait for that.
Me neither. I can't wait for it to come and go because I'm tired of it. But it's
that's how it always happens, right. But then it's an amazing time. Like that's how I felt about Dallas, because it was just so much going on.
So much going on.
That I was like, I kind of just want the strips to come and go. And that is when the magic happens.
So much time. I feel like now, I don't know how you feel, P, but I feel like I've been hit by a bus.
Oh my God.
Ran over by that same bus and then hit by a bus again.
I am so freaking drained.
And tired. I feel like we won't get our energy back until like another week or so.
Oh, but we know that because Wrestlemania 35 weekend, which I can't believe was already like 3 fucking years ago, it was in New York and we were drained and we did everything. So just add travel on top of that. It's a whole different ball game.
And now we plan on taking over Hollywood for next year.
I'm already planning ahead for that. Like I'm planning ahead for that now.
Listen, we got to plan ahead hotel wise.
And
we got to plan ahead hotel wise. We got to plan ahead sleep schedules because like if I get there a day before everything and I could just sleep, that's cool. If I leave a day after everything and just sleep, it's cool. Like we know we're gonna have to do this. Definitely probably gonna be another Wrestlemania, which we would definitely plan better for that. If you know, you know. If you don't know to tell you.
Come to our Thirsty Thursday. We'll tell you all about it.
Right. We will also have to plan for SmackDown Hall of Fame, which is probably gonna be the same. Mania is already 2 nights. Monday Night Raw. Probably stay one more night for Tuesday just to catch up and leave out on Wednesday.
For sure. I will also say that it just slipped my mind. Oh, I didn't even tell you this yet, but my job officially told me to, get you tickets. Like basically do what you gotta do. So we're like gonna be making moves.
We moving.
So,
did I not tell you? But did I not tell you? But did I not tell you? I'm gonna
see where that goes, and just stay tuned for everything because I feel like by WrestleMania next year, things are gonna be so different. We're gonna want to do some programming. We're gonna want to sell merch. It's gonna be a whole different
experience. First of all, everybody's gonna want us. Everybody's gonna. I have a feeling that we're definitely gonna be hosting a podcast at Access.
I hope so, or a party. I would love to host a party.
No, we could do a party. I'm talking about like being a part of Access.
Oh, right. Right. Oh, yeah.
We already gonna be hosting a whole podcast at Access. Watch out for when them blue checks, verified checks come for us. Watch, okay. Yeah.
Can we finish shouting out some of the people that we saw and like made the weekend amazing?
Do you remember all of them?
It's just I don't remember all of them, but I do have to shout out Brian H. Waters.
Oh,
who absolutely. I nicknamed Brian Late Waters because he was so busy. One of the hardest working people that weekend, and I don't even know how he did it. He made sure he's a professional. When I say put us over, he introduced us to everyone. He brought us to the hotel that you should have been at to basically like hang out with, and meet some of the most dopest people. And he was a part of some of the most memorable moments for me, at least. So I really want to shout out to him.
Shout out Brian, because he definitely helped me with my interviews on Friday. I got the audios, I got some visuals. He definitely helped me. And then I got to see him work at Access and took pictures. It was really dope.
He took a really cool picture of me holding the wings eagle belt, and some guy, I don't know who, I'm so sorry, man, but we had a good time with you last night, and he's like bowing down. I was just like, yo, you always get the cool, like I always wake up to pictures that Brian took, and I'm like, did you like edit photos and video and audio overnight? Like,
he just sent it.
Shout out to him.
He just sent it. Shout out to Brian. Shout out to our wrestling family. We had Justin, met April, Mimi, the crew of Black Wrestling.
I love you guys. It's always so much fun.
We love you guys. Jabba Tears Wilkins, Queen of the Ring, Alex. We didn't get to see you ladies, but Iridian and Lo were there.
God, we have to definitely plan better.
Yes, we didn't get to see you ladies, but we're so glad that you were able to be there. Yeah. Shout out to Gomez who came up to us.
Oh my God, that was so dope. He was so sweet.
On the Apron podcast, I think that's there.
Yeah. Oh God, yeah. Shout out to them.
It was just so many. Shout out to Ryan. Shout out to Brian Tronic. I'm sorry, I am tired. It's just so many people. I know,
it's so many people that we met. Kiki from Dastardly Duo. Yes. I was able to meet Smiley, who she's a content creator. I was able to meet her, and so many people that was so like I love following, and there's like even more beautiful in person.
And shout out to MVP.
Yeah, MVP. Oh my God, we met Tom Hannigan.
Me and Tom are friends now on Instagram.
He's amazing. Damian Priest. I met I was like
Carmelo Hayes.
Carmelo Hayes. Oh,
okay, bring it down. Bring it back.
I'm good. I'm just saying, like, yeah.
Carmelo Hayes. I met Rob Van Dam.
Rob Van Dam. It's coming back to me now.
Okay, it's gonna leave you again.
Oh my god.
Rob Van Dam. I met almost
Spotify crew too.
Almost.
Evan Mack, his beautiful wife, who we totally bonded at the bar. Like, shout out to them.
I met Almost that night, and that's on the day after. I wonder if he got my sneakers though. We're gonna talk. I'm gonna have to talk to him, see if he got my sneakers.
Make sure you get that.
MVP and his wife.
Yeah, they were amazing. And I also want to just give a shout out to the For the Culture show.
Yeah.
That was an all-black wrestling show, which was amazing. And I saw a death match for the first time, and it was absolutely terrifying.
It's probably, for those of you who like those things, or for those of you who can withstand it, go enjoy it.
Yeah, I mean, it's exciting. It's definitely
exciting.
It's gonna keep you locked in.
Yeah,
shout out to Billy Dixon. Everyone that was a part of that show. Yeah, everyone that was a part of that show. Shout out to Smiley, who was losing her mind because she was like, oh my god. So it was an experience.
Everybody was losing their mind. Shout out to Seahawk. Shout out to Seahawk. He helped me down, helping me look for P stuff when P was preoccupied elsewhere. Yeah, and shout out to Wale. The Street Profits was there. Which we missed. The Street Profits was there. Almost was, apparently he went viral for rapping.
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't even see that part.
We saw everyone on it. Oh my god, I met the Good Brothers. I remember that. Good Brothers. And they are so nice. Chavo Guerrero wanted to take a selfie with me, y'all. He did. He took the phone and was like, "Let's take a selfie."
He's like, "Take a selfie." He goes, "I tell you, I got one with her, and let me get one with you." And I'm like, "Okay." He's like, "I'm Chavo." I'm like, "I know who you are."
I know who you are. Like Tom Hennigan, who I loved in WWE. I was so sad he got released. Introducing himself to me. I'm like, I know exactly who you are. And shout out to Brian Lee Waters for reminding me of that interaction because I did not remember.
Also, David Shoemaker. Yeah, gotta give it a shout out to David Shoemaker.
Love you.
For those of you who don't know, those of you who don't know, David Shoemaker was actually one of my resources from my thesis statement that he remembered.
Oh my god!
He remembered. He's like, "That was you?" I said, "Yes, that was me." He goes, "Listen, I do a lot of newsprint articles and stuff, but that email is one thing I will always remember because I don't answer emails like that. But when I saw what your thesis was about, I knew I had to respond and help you out. And shout out to my lovely coworker Peter Rosenberg.
Yes, it was so good seeing him.
So good seeing you. Shout out to Greg and Chuck. And everybody else
they held it down. I love them.
Yes, everybody else I met at WWE. You guys are
amazing, hardworking people. I do not know how you guys did everything. Because I always think, like, if we're this drained,
imagine them.
And then everything just kicks into high gear even after Mania. So it's like you don't even have time to like kind of take a break.
Right.
But yeah, it was, everyone we met was like, I have literally no negative memories from that trip.
Me neither.
It was, I want to talk about our outfits because like I was very nervous about my outfits, but I liked all of my looks. So
I liked all my looks too. Although P lost my sunglasses, y'all. I just had to throw that out there.
Did. I'm so sorry. Oh my god, you know what's so funny? I can't wait to talk to Letty about this. I lost my sister's glasses the same way. And they were like Gucci shades. I put them on my shirt, and we all were running either for an Uber or a bus or something we had to like jog to, and they fell off my shirt and I didn't even realize it. And then we get to wherever we were at, and she was like, "Where are my glasses?" And I was like, yeah. So I apologize.
It's fine. It wasn't Gucci, a name brand. I left the name brand ones at home. Thank God.
Good thing. Don't let me borrow those.
I won't. Trust. Tell me.
But I want to shout out a couple brands that held it down. Of course, Ripple Junction. They always came through for Mania. Shout out to Birdie B. I definitely had to bring my slides. But I also want to shout out Storyline Tees. So they sponsored our anniversary party last year. I love their designs. And I was like, what Stone Cold shirt am I going to wear? I don't want to wear the Austin 316. I have numerous Stone Cold shirts. I don't want to wear one that everyone was going to wear. I wanted to wear one that was like memorable for this occasion. So Storyline Tees has one that says GOAT. and like in the writing is like Stone Cold putting up the middle finger. So I was able to wear that as a little crop top with like some leather shorts. Don't ever wear leather shorts in fucking 80-degree weather, by the way. It was the worst. But
you know what's crazy? It wasn't really all that hot in Texas, as
it was
you
the
know,
sun.
No, it was. I mean, yeah, there was some, but it was a lot of wind. Like it was windy.
True.
So when the weather dropped, it was like 50 degrees.
Yeah,
so
and I was worried about being hot, but it was cool because I was able to wear my jacket. You know, at night we got a little cold, but it was like a good blend of like sunny weather, warm weather, especially because New York at this time was like horrible weather.
Like right now it's raining and disgusting. It's cool, whatever.
Yeah. Oh, and then I want to shout out my 4 Horsewomen tank top was from Ring the Bell, and it comes in everything: white and black, hoodie, tank. Literally anything you can imagine. I got it in the tank. I want to get it in everything else, but it's one of my faves.
Yes, I also have to shout out
I'll put
Black Wrestling for my Black Wrestling shirt and my pullover hoodie. I also want to shout out Storyline Tees for my polo inspired rock shirt, which is super, super dope. I mean, it's not my size, but we're going to cut it up and make it look like something. We're going to design it and make it look real cute for the summertime, okay?
We're going to make that work for sure.
We're going to make it work.
I can't wait.
But this was fun. It was so much fun recording, catching up with you guys.
I know.
Join us for Thirsty Thursday. Yes. We have a lot to talk about.
We have all the questions that you guys send us. That's what we're going to really, you know how Thirsty Thursday get. We're going to get to the real nitty gritty of that weekend, and we're also hopefully have some special guests, you know, streaming everywhere at 8, and hopefully we get new episodes coming soon too.
Definitely. Oh no, not hopefully, we will. We charged up now.
Definitely will. Yeah.
And make sure you guys are subscribed to our Patreon because I have an exclusive Sami Zayn episode that is dropping very, very soon, followed by Naomi, Kevin Owens, and it's just gonna be so much fun. So on that note, it's your girl Krista B
and Queen P.R.
We're out. Bye.
Queen P.R, Krista B, those wrestling girls, TWG, Black excellence, making it effortless. Podcast bringing up women and wrestling. Let's go.